Hey guys, it's Sammy again. I wanted to come on and do an update. I've been trying to type out an update for the GoFundMe and just in general, and it has not been happening. I've tried like multiple times this week and just keep running into interruptions, and we are just super busy with appointments and all sorts of stuff. So I figured maybe doing just a little video. One, I haven't done one in a while, and two, this might speed it up a little bit so then I can kind of check that off my list. It is getting ridiculous. My to-do list is just crazy, but that's okay. Gonna hustle down and get some stuff done. So, I left off, I believe, talking about hyperbaric, but that's whether I left off or whatever, that's where we're starting today. So in the last update, I talked about all of the awesome speech stuff that we are seeing from Sam that I definitely think is based off the hyperbaric. I showed some videos this week of Sam working with his mom on some speech where you can really, got some strong voicing coming out. It's awesome. Just the benefits that hyperbaric is giving Sam is great. So with that, I'm going to pause for a second and just kind of talk a little bit about Apex and kind of some of their philosophies. I feel like I've mentioned this in updates in the past, but there's always new people, and I really love the way their approach to all of this. So I want to highlight that because it really, I just love it. Like that's it. So what Apex does is their goal is to help as many people as they possibly can. And they want people to be able to continue their recovery, and they know coming into their office and doing these therapies that are considered alternative and most insurance doesn't cover and everything are expensive. There's the travel time, there's the cost, there's the therapy time, all of that. They know all of that adds up, and it's hard for the people that they want to help. So they have lots of different ways that they make their therapies affordable. One, like of coming in on intensives and stuff like that, of for every referral, then you get like a free day. They do a ton of free online videos and educational stuff. They do the free video consults for people who can't come in. Then they try to work on that because there's people who can't travel to them. So they do stuff through video and try to help with them, home therapy programs and stuff like that. What they did for us, because I reached out to them about the hyperbaric, and it's expensive. I mean, it is what it is. And we're kind of broke. So, I reached out to them and I was like, hey, this is definitely something that has been on my radar. I've been wanting to try. What are your thoughts? You've worked with Sam before. What do you think? And they said, yeah, we think that it will help Sam. With hyperbaric, then 40 sessions, the studies and everything seem like 40 sessions is where you start maximizing the benefits of the hyperbaric. So they were like, instead of going for the 40, let's start with 20, because we really want to see if it's helping Sam, and if so, in what areas. Basically, like, it's gonna have health benefits, like but those benefits are weighing them against like the cost of it with travel and all of that as well. And so I was like, yeah, sure. On top of that, they also, I've been very open with them about our financial situation, and they offered us a discounted rate to try, because they believed that, particularly because of the type of Sam's injury, anoxic is caused by a lack of oxygen. This is oxygen therapy, that they really thought that that we were going to see some awesome stuff off of it. But they were like, we don't want to schedule on at the 40, and then not see anything, and you have paid for it, and then what, so they said, let's do the 20, and then we'll go from there, and we'll see like what we're seeing. You can make that decision. We'll, all of that. Same kind of thing they did when we went for the intensive. They have, we went for 1 week. They have up to 3 weeks. But they said, hey, let's make sure we're going to see some stuff and that it's worth it for y'all to continue. coming to us versus us just getting you set up at home and then waiting some time until we're at a different level and then coming back for another intensive or a longer intensive or whatever. I've talked about this, I think, in the updates, and I've definitely mentioned it to like the therapists we work with and our BIBs, which are our brain injury buddies, and other caregivers and stuff. Is one of the other things I really love about them is that the tools that they use in their office, like they figure out what works best for the patient, and then they help you get these things for your house so you can continue seeing these benefits and everything on a personal scale, so you can have it. So then it's just, again, it's just, you know, we're not traveling, we're not paying that, but Sam is still continuing his recovery, which is awesome, because that's, you know, yeah, we can pay for, you know, electrical stimulation with the therapist, and we can pay for hourly visits, or we can buy a home version of that same thing and be able to have it here and use it constantly, you know. And it's just, you know, that's just the, you know, obviously in the long run, you know, it's more upfront cost, but in the long run, you save a lot of money. The laser that we did the therapy or the fundraiser for, again, we could have just kept going to them for them to do laser therapy on him, but, you know, how many sessions with them versus we could have bought our own laser. So that's what we did. They're like, you know, get the laser. He responded great to that. So get that, and then you can learn how to use it on your own and just continue that and really maximize. Again, like they want, I mean, this is these are my words. But I feel like they would agree, is that if they never saw a patient again because they were able to recover, like set them up and recover at home, and they never had to come back into the office, then that's awesome, you know? And then that enables them to get more people into their office and help more people, you know? So it's a win-win for everybody. And they understand like their therapies are considered, you know, not mainstream, so insurance doesn't cover it, you know? So they're aware of all of this stuff, and I feel like they really go out of their way because they're in it for the right reasons. They're in it to help people. They want to give people back hope and their lives back. And, you know, so they do these things to make sure that they can help the max amount of people, and the people can continue their recovery for as long as possible. So anyway, so that's some of the reasons I love Apex. So the original hyperbaric should have ended. It was originally January 22nd was our last session. There was a snow day, so it wound up being January 25th would have been our last session. So we, you know, a couple weeks before that, I talked to them and was like, you know, I'm seeing all of this stuff, you know, particularly the voicing and speech stuff, which has been our struggle, you know, our struggle area. I was like, I'm seeing some amazing stuff off of this. So what should we do? You know, should I extend the 20 sessions out to 40 sessions to really maximize what we've already done, you know, or what at that time, what we were doing, or should I save that money that I would spend on those other 20 sessions to go into getting a chamber for ourselves? Cause I'm like, I feel like we definitely need to have a personal chamber. They agree. They're like, yeah, that would be great. They are very expensive, but it doesn't matter because Sam's going to get one. Like I will get Sam one of these for us to have so he can go in there every single day. Because when you think of like the one that right now we're looking at is going to be like $22,000. Like that's like a car, right? But in my mind, $22,000 to give Sam his voice back, I would spend like a million times that. It doesn't matter to me. Like it's a no-brainer that he needs this. He is responding extraordinarily well to it, and I just want to keep it going for forever. And just, you know, give him that because he's just it's working, you know. So that's it. Like if it works, we're seeing stuff, we do it, right? Like whatever it takes. Like Sam and I say that all the time. Whatever it takes, it doesn't matter. So, you know, I talked to them and I wanted to get their opinion. I was like, what, in your opinion, what should we do? Should we save the money and then put it in towards the fundraiser for getting our own? Should we not? Like, well, I was really all across the board on it. I just couldn't make a decision. So I talked to them and basically like their philosophy was like, if it was going to be like a short amount of time for us to raise the money, then yeah, save the money and put it towards the personal one. If I thought it was going to take us a while to raise the money, then go ahead and maximize what we've already done, the 20 sessions we were signed up for, really maximize that, and then take a break, fundraise, purchase our own unit. So I know, like I said, it's expensive. It's expensive. So I was like, yeah, it's not, it's going to take us some time for sure. I was like, it's definitely going to take us some time. So I was like, you know, basically like I went through our finances and I was like, okay, I have this amount of money I can spend on more sessions. Because they had given us a discounted rate. I wasn't sure at that time if it was going to continue or whatever. So I figured that part out, and I basically was just going to go into them and say, okay, this is the money I can spend. Sign us up for as many sessions as that will buy for us. They, you know, after talking to them and everything, then they extended our discount out so we could get to the 40 sessions, which was amazing. And I was like, yay, just woo! So we signed them up for 20 more sessions. So that'll go until the end of February. So that's kind of like where we are on the hyperbaric. We're getting up to the 40 to maximize what we've already done. And then we'll take a break on the oxygen therapy and fundraise to get our own chamber. Which, like I said, is expensive, but I know we're going to do it because there's, like I said, there, you know, whatever it takes, like Sam, we will get it for him. Like, that's just it. Gotta believe, right? Get that. You just believe, and it's gonna happen. Because that's kind of been our philosophy during this whole time. Like, you believe in it, faith over fear, right? It seems crazy, but you know, it seemed crazy when he came out of the coma too. So he came out of coma and he just keeps progressing and keeps getting better and keeps getting better. And, you know, so just believe in it and believe in the whole process, and that when it's happening is when it's supposed to happen. And I was like, awesome. And so with that, it was crazy because I was like, yay. I made this decision. I was just like, sweet, decision done. I can cross that off my list. And I was like, I need to get this update so I can tell people, you know, that after the vibration plate, we have the E-stim, which is electrical stimulation. Sorry, I start using some of this, the shortened versions that they use. But electrical stimulation unit was the other thing when I originally started the GoFundMe. There was a 3 laser vibration plate E-stim. So I was like, we'll finish the vibration plate, we'll go ahead and do the E-stim, and then we'll just start on the oxygen therapy. In the last update I did on the GoFundMe, I mentioned that I follow Vibe Plate, which is the company we're buying our vibration plate from, and they had reached out to me saying that, you know, they were going to help, and I didn't know how they were going to help. And like I said, I wasn't going to ask. I was just like, yes, please. Awesome. Yay. Thank you. Whatever. I don't care. But they saw the post I did, and they sent me an email. And this all plays into the, you know, just trust the process and where you are and everything. They sent me an email, and they are sending us the entire unit for free. They are just going to deliver it to us. So, holy crap, right? Like, awesome. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, that was, you know, is $4,600, which it might be, you know, a little bit less, like whatever that it was, like maybe, you know, whatever. I round to the basic number. You know, maybe it was $45.99.75 or something. I'm just going to say 4,600. And that included like the plate, the balance bar, shipping, all of that. So they are just going to send us the whole dang thing for free. And they were like so sweet in their email, because they're like, you know, we're kind of backed up from the holidays, so it might be like 2 to 3 weeks before we're able to ship it out to you, and we're so sorry. And I'm like, you're apologizing? Like, I don't care. Like, if it takes like a month, you're sending us this freaking thing for free. So take whatever time you need. Like, just, and take all of the gratitude and all of the thank yous and everything. And just take it. And I love it. And thank you so much. And don't ever apologize to me, right? Don't ever apologize. So, Huge thank you to VibePlate. And it was so funny because it was like all during this time that I'm trying to figure out what to do with Apex and extending extending the sessions out with them and all of this kind of stuff. You know, that they, you know, like right after I made that decision and scheduled out with Apex, then it was like, boom, VibePlate is sending us this for free. So all of the fundraising we had done to get that, which we were very close to our goal. Now all of that, what I'm going to do is just put it right into the next ones. So the original plan after the vibration plate was the mini electrical stimulation unit for the house. That one was like $350. It was like the cheapest of all three of the pieces, which is why I saved it for last, so then we could just end on a woo. That was fast. So I purchased that. It is coming. It should be here. I think I just looked at the shipping thing. I think it was like the February 4th or something. It'll arrive. So took care of that. And then the rest of the money, which I don't have the figures written down, but whatever we were at, I think it was like $4,200. So take out the $350. So that's what, $3,850, I think. So that $3,850 is just going to go directly into the fundraiser for the hyperbaric. I will go on and switch the numbers on the GoFundMe and everything. You know how I adjust those, so the total will go up, and I'll write up, I'll make sure that all my numbers are straight and write all of that in a thing, because that'll be a fast little type up thing. But just again, that was just like immediate validation of, yes, I'm trusting the process. Everything's happening for a reason. This company is just like, please take it. And we can now use all that to have like a big jump on this thing on the oxygen therapy chamber. So that's huge. So we're heading into, before we even began or before I even announced that was a goal, then you know what, that's whatever percent, I don't know. I'm excited and I can't really think, but we're already 42, whatever I just said, I don't know, whatever. We're already like over $4,000 into the goal of the 22, which is huge, right? So we're that much closer. That's just, these things keep just falling into place, and I'm really trying to change. I've talked about being very, type A and planning and very particular, and I'm just kind of just really working on like, in one of my goals for this year was just, for me personally, was just to just trust a little bit more that everything, it's all there. It's all happening at the right time, really leaning into that. And when I start stressing out about some of this stuff, or when I start my negative thinking of like, there's no way we can raise $22,000. There's no way. Then to just be like, no, it is possible. Like, this company basically just gave us $4,600 for that, So yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to be amazing. And it's all will happen in the timeline it's supposed to, because that's how it's been going. And that's how it is. It just is what it is, and to just really trust that and let it be. I'm also, since I'm talking a little bit about my goals for this year, is another one is just of letting go of some stuff. I tend to take on too much of myself, and don't let people, well, I shouldn't say don't. I like help, and I'm better than I used to be about receiving and accepting help. But some stuff, like we have some house projects around here that I have just been beating my head against the wall. I have just now, I tell myself, let it go. People will come and help, and I keep trying to schedule it to where I'm here with them, because I feel bad about coming and being like, hey, help me paint this room, and I'm not going to be here to help you at all. But the thing is, like, one, particularly with COVID and everything, then it'll just be easier for me not to be here and all of that. And then two, like, people don't care. Like, there's there's so many people who had plans on helping us and being there for us more like physically and helping with Sam's therapy and caregiving and stuff like that, that haven't been able to do this because of COVID, and just like everyone wants to be as safe as possible. So it's like, these are the, you know, this gives people who might not be able to help us financially, they can donate some of their time and they'll feel good. It'll get done. No one's going to sit there and be thinking in the back of their head, why isn't Sammy here helping us paint? You know, like, no one's going to think that, you know, so just let it go. You know, it'll happen. You know, I tend to check in with people real frequently. I'm letting some of that go too, you know, putting the ball in other people's courts, being like, yeah, you know, like if, you know, here's whatever, and then, you know, letting it go. I mean, like, they will get back to you when they get back to you, you know, just allowing people, you know, just not taking on as much on myself, because I'm still taking on plenty, and just being okay with that. And that's how I'm working on it. And we'll see how that goes. But, you know, I'm feeling really good about it, and I've come up with some good plans on things like the painting of ways that it can happen with me not being here. So heading into that, the other big news is that we got the call from Shepherd. So it's been a long time, but we were supposed to go back in August for a 3-day evaluation. So what Shepherd does is you do an intensive with them, and it's kind of similar to the way Apex works as well. I see a lot of similarities between their approaches. Is, you know, they do intensives, you're there, you get it, then they send you home, and they're like, and it's kind of like when, you know, they send you home, they say, work on these skills, you need to do some leveling up, you know, work on this stuff. They send you home with the home program, and then we'll bring you back in, we'll do an evaluation, we'll see how much progress has happened, and then maybe you'll be ready for another intensive, or maybe we'll say, hey, let's touch base again in another couple months. And the thing with Shepherd is that they will do this for basically as long as you want them to be in your life, then they will do it. And it'll just kind of be this process. Do an evaluation, and either, no, we're not ready, or, you know, you're not ready to come back, or come back, work, do another evaluation. Or if you're not ready, go home, work some more. We'll come back for another 3-day evaluation in such and such months, and then maybe then you'll be ready for another, or you'll just keep going until you are ready, you know, so it's just like this cycle. So we were supposed to go back in August of 2020. Obviously, COVID was ridiculous, right? And it didn't happen, and it kept not happening, and all of that because, you know, pandemic, like what, I mean, yeah, like duh. So, so I had talked to them at the end of, like towards the end of the year, and they had called and they said, we have no idea how we're really working this out yet. It's all still in the very, very beginning stages, but we are looking into 2021 to scheduling those evaluations. We're starting to schedule those back. Are you still interested? And I was just like, yes. And I like yelled at the lady, like super excited. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I like yelled at you. But so she was like, okay, well, you're on the list. She was like, I can't give you any sort of time frame because, I mean, just very, very upfront and honest, which again, I love about them, is just, she's like, we don't know what we're doing yet. It's all up in there. We're all just trying to figure stuff out. And I was like, sweet, that's cool. You know, so it was, again, right in all of this time of figuring out what we were going to do, all of this kind of stuff. Then I get the call and they said, hey, we're ready for you guys. You know, we're ready to schedule you guys out. And they actually had, availability the last week of January, which would, it would have been this past week. And then a couple spots, I think like 2 spots in February. But I already had therapy with care partners scheduled out. And then with January, it was just, I was like, that's too fast for us. Like, we're not ready. Like, I couldn't get everything together. And so I was like, you know, I opted just to wait, and we're going in March. So so again, perfect timing. We're going to end the hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Our last session will be at the end of February. We'll have, they had the opening in March, was right after, it was the week after I had booked out with care partners, because we'll book like a couple months in advance and then we'll go in and book some more. But it was like perfect just everything falling into place, that it was like right there after the care partners that I had scheduled out. But so mid-March we'll be going back for a 3-day evaluation. We'll drive down on a Monday. Sam will have the evaluation Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we'll drive back on a Friday. So we'll be down there for a week. And again, this is also as of right now. Like again, COVID is the little so if everything stays the way it is, then that's the game plan. And we'll get tested, you know, they gave us, I think it was, I have it written down, but I think it's like 4 or 5 days before we'll get there. We will go do the rapid test to show, which should be interesting. I haven't had one yet, so I know it's the, like, ugh. But that's okay. We'll figure that out, and I don't care. It is what it is. So again, but going back to all of that, it's just like everything is just falling into place, y'all. It is just amazing. Just putting it out there and letting it go, or letting it be. I'm trying to say that instead of let it go, because let it go I feel like has kind of like a quitting connotation in my head, versus let it be. It kind of just makes me feel a little bit more positive about it. So I'm trying to say let it be. So put it out there, let it be, and see what happens. And everything's just falling into place, y'all. It's amazing. I love it so much. It's just great. Sam's kicking butt. Now, we don't know. It's an evaluation. So in my opinion, I think when they see Sam, there's going to be no, like, that they will definitely want him to come back for an intensive, but we don't know for sure, you know. On their side, even if they see, you know, they have to weigh his progress with all of the other people that have missed out on therapy with them. There's tons, I'm sure like thousands of other patients that are in the same position as us, that everything got pushed back because of COVID. And then just the new patients that are coming out of Shepherd Center, or just getting involved with them and all of this kind of stuff. So they have to balance everything. So I think definitely, like on my side, I think that it's going to be, they're going to just be blown away by the progress that he's made and definitely bring us back. But we're not 100%. And we won't know until after the evaluation what they see. And again, like they have so many, like if they don't bring us back, like I'm not going to be like mad or anything. It is what it is. And I can't even imagine like what they're going, I mean, what they go through before COVID, and now throwing COVID into the mix. I can't even imagine like what it's like over there. It has to be just like insanity. And again, they're amazing. They have limited resources. You know, they get a lot of, you know, they do some amazing fundraising and everything, but they're, you know, I mean, they're nonprofit, and so they have to allot their resources the best way they see fit too. So, and the good thing again is that if we don't get brought back for an intensive, it's not like Shepherd is done with us. It's just we wait some more months, we keep working, we keep doing what we're doing here, we keep getting Sam better, he continues to recover, and then we go back again for another evaluation. I know at some point they will bring us back for an intensive, because Sam is amazing and he is recovering and he is making awesome progress. And so I know at some point we will go back. If it will be this year, who knows? We'll see. And the other part with us too is that we are on their financial aid program, which is the reason why this is going back to Shepherd is possible for us. So basically what that means is that anything that our insurance doesn't cover, their financial aid program will pick up and cover for us, which is also, you know, why I'm so excited and so committed to getting him back there too, is because, you know, like I said earlier, we're broke. Like we're, you know, money, this stuff is expensive. People asked me in the past, like, why we spent so much time in Atlanta, particularly when we were doing the outpatient therapy with them, because we have to pay for room and board down there. But when you compare the cost of all of the, like what we would be spending on the amount and quality of therapy that Sam gets at Shepherd versus what we spend on room and board, then it is literally a no-brainer. Like it's what we would be putting in, what we would be spending on his therapy is double, if not triple, what we spend on room and board. So we are saving a whole lot of money. We're making sure Sam's getting therapy, and with the people, the best, you know, the best, like the people who specialize in brain injuries, you know, so that all, you know, you got to factor all of that stuff in. So amazing. We're so excited. I hope that when we go there, I mean, it will be the same team evaluating him that we worked with, unless, I mean, they might have had like some personnel changes or whatever, but I know like I've stayed in contact with them. I know like our speech therapist is still there. I know like, honestly, all of our therapists that we worked with are still there. And unless they've like been moved around onto a different team, the last time I like checked in on it, they were all still on, same as on the green team. So they're all still on the green team. That's who will do the evaluations with him. So people who have worked with him, that worked with him last year, and you know, the best people to see. And these people who work with this, with brain injuries every single day, they're the best. And nothing against any of the other therapy that we take. Like we, with Care Partners, you know, all of the therapists we work with have experience with neurological problems, you know, whether it's like specifically brain injuries or like acquired brain injuries or, you know, birth brain injuries and all of that, or whatever, like they, you know, they have different experience. Like our OT had, I think she said it was like 12 years experience in a rehab hospital that is very similar to Shepherd, but it was specialized in brain injuries, you know? So, you know, Care Partners got us in with the people, the best therapists for us, you know, that have this experience. So they're still awesome too. You know, they're still great. But it's just, you know, Shepherd is, you know, in the top 10 forever, and they've been there forever. So, you know, anytime we can get them back, they have more, you know, more of the specialized technology and stuff like that, specifically for brain injury and all of that. Like, you know, anytime you can get someone to the best, like, why would you not? Particularly if you're been approved on the financial aid program. So that, I mean, like the plus side of being broke, right? is that there are things like this that you can apply for that seriously help you out. So, so it's going to be awesome. I'm pumped, super excited. Obviously, I'm just like, so many awesome, wonderful things have happened. I did a little post earlier today, which I don't know if I'll post this today. It takes a while to upload we live in the country, so this might come up tomorrow or whatever, but we had some of the pins that Kelsey had made for Sam, the Wise pins. We had just a few of those left over. Riverside Rhapsody and Woodfin and Badcraft and Black Mountain. Randy, Joey, Mike, I reached out to them and said, hey, you know, I got just a couple of these left, you know, and they agreed to have them on premises so people, you know, so locals could just zip over there, get some beer, get some art, get some dessert, get whatever, pick up a pen, and help us push those out. And then again, something that's off my list, like I said, I'm trying to not, you know, if there's a way to lighten my load a little bit, then to reach out and ask, you know. And that's all I did, is I just shot them a message and I said, hey guys, you know, I got this stuff, like, would you be interested in having it in y'all's shops, just so I don't have to mail them, basically. And they were like, yeah, sure, we'll do that. That's a way, again, they're going to be there anyway, you know. If they have this stuff, they just have them sitting down or whatever, maybe talk about it a little bit with people. And, you know, that's a way that they can help us and help support us. So, again, just allowing, you know, just thinking a little bit more outside the box and thinking not as much of I have to be in charge of everything, right? It sounds bad when you put it like that, but it's just, you know, just, you know, it is what it is. We're all working on stuff. So anyway, so everything's going awesome. Very excited. I will attempt to stay more up to date on updates, but we all know how that is. I'm just laughing about it because I'm like, it's like you say that every single time and it never happens. So, so then no promises. Updates will come when they come. How about that? You know, again, lighten my load a little bit, lighten my stress level. Oh, another little like self-care thing I did, because I did want to mention this, is that I have signed up for therapy. I have insurance this year. Yay. So I'm going to try TalkPath because it's something that's, because when I first started thinking about therapy, I was like, there's no way that we can fit like Sammy therapy in with everything else we have going on. Like, there's no way. Even if it was video, I was like, ugh. I was like, that's not gonna happen. So I'm trying out Talkspace. I was like, you can, it's a text thing. You can type in stuff whenever you want. Like, so if it's like 11 o'clock at night, then I can send some stuff. I've matched with my therapist. I'm very excited. I met her on like, just to make sure I knew how to like use the app. We did a little video chat thing and kind of touch base with her. I haven't done anything since then, but it's on my list. And I'm really excited about that. I know previously on my, like before Sam's injury, on like our business, our farm page and our farm Instagram and in my Facebook and everything, I had talked about, like my previous mental health, I don't really want to say issues or problems, but history, there we go, my mental health history. So, I was depressed, like high functioning depression, high functioning anxiety, suicidal for a really long time. Side note, I forgot to do this post back in October, but October 2020 was my 10-year anniversary of my last suicide attempt. So that was cool. It's been 10 years, y'all. Progress, yay. So excited about that too. But knowing all of that, I probably should have been in therapy like forever, right? But I didn't, because I was more of just, I'll work through it and on my own time, and then like being with Sam, because again, Sam has been with me this whole, like basically the entire 10 years. Then he was really someone I leaned on, and helped me, and I talked with and all that kind of stuff. So he was a resource that is no longer available to me right now. I do talk to him about stuff, but like it's different. So I was like, one of the things with 2021 too is I was like, you need to make sure that you're doing all right too. I call it self-care, which I feel like it is, but you need to do some work. You need to make sure that you're doing good. I was struggling, and I've been struggling with a lot of stuff because my husband has an anoxic brain injury. So yeah, so life's hard. But there's better ways for me to handle things, and there's work that can be done on my side. I think in my opinion, I've done a good job during all of this, but there's always room for growth. There's always room for becoming better and handling things better, and then again, having having an unbiased opinion, because I can talk to friends, I can talk to family, and I do, I do that, but having someone totally outside of the situation too, it's good to get unbiased opinions. So yeah, so I'm going to do therapy and see how that goes. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. Very generally, not too intense or anything, no offense. But just having some place that's, I can say whatever will be nice. And I think it'll help me. So I'm pumped about that. And, yeah, so those are all the big things. And I'm sure there's other big things. I'm still in my jammies because it's Saturday and we don't have any appointments. So that's exciting. I love jammy days. Although I got to go take care of the chickens, so I probably should get dressed. We'll see. Anyway, this is getting long again. I'm just going. So, although we're not at an hour, so yay. See, things are getting better. I'm not just super rambly. Okay, we got to end this because I'm getting there. But I love all of you guys. Again, I will update the figures on the GoFundMe. I'll keep some stuff going. I've done a couple updates, and I have some things planned of shorter little bits of just kind of one, if anybody's interested in stuff, some questions that people have asked me that I haven't responded to, and then two, just in the future, if people are kind of interested in this stuff, some things to just that have worked for us or not, or just little short, more specific therapy type related things. And then I have some cool ideas moving forward too about bringing it, since it's so far it's just been Carla and John coming in to work with Sam, which the plan originally was so different. but COVID, you know, so that we weren't able to do the original plan. But it's kind of been nice because bringing them in slowly and just working with Carla and John, I've thought of some ideas that will make other people coming in the future, once COVID is handled, then it'll make it easier. And one of those things are doing kind of like short little videos of just some stuff that I realized, I said basically this exact same thing to Carla and John, and kind of not wasted time, because it's not wasted time, but if I could do a little video, and let's say like when Aaron comes in or Aubrey comes in to work with him, and then I could say, hey, watch this little video before, you know, so then they're coming in a little bit more prepared and not just relying on me so much. Again, making it more streamlined and lightening my load a little bit, taking stuff. So I've got some good ideas. I'll be working on those, and you know, feel free to watch them or not. I mean, whatever. So who knows? And again, who knows when those are going to come up, because it's on the list, but the list is like ridiculously long. So anyway, very excited. Oh yeah, there was something. I took Sam to the dentist. Never mind. We'll save that for our next one. So hopefully I'll remember. Sammy, talk about Sam's trip to the dentist. Hopefully that'll help me remember. But anyway, love you guys. You're amazing as always. I got some other fundraising ideas coming up too. So I hit like a creative burst randomly at the end of 2020. So yay. But love all of you. Thank you so much. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You know, the comments and stuff you guys do, I normally don't respond to them. I do read them. I do go back later, like when times are hard and I'm down, and I read them again, and it helps. It helps so much. So thank you, and we love you. And we'll see, talk, type, something, whatever. We'll be in touch soon. Bye.